Hello friends, my name is Ryan, and today, I'm going to tell you a story named The BTK Killer, a decades-long reign of terror. This is an amazing story, full of twists and turns that will leave you at the edge of your seat. It's a tale that has haunted many and captivated even more, a story of a killer who went undetected for decades, all while playing a twisted game with the authorities and the public. So, sit back, relax, and let's begin. The year was 1974, when a quiet, ordinary town in Kansas was shaken by the brutal killings of two innocent people. But what seemed like just another grisly crime soon turned into something far more sinister, a story that would span over 30 years, involving a killer who would come to be known as the BTK Killer. At first, there were only the bodies, two victims found in a remote house, bound, tortured, and killed. But then, the game began. The killer wasn't just taking lives, he was leaving clues, sending cryptic letters to the police, taunting them, challenging them to catch him. Bind, torture, kill, those were his chilling words, and they would haunt the city for years. For years, law enforcement scrambled to make sense of these cryptic letters and the gruesome murders. Each new crime scene only raised more questions and left the police further baffled. But it wasn't just the brutality of the murders that made this case so disturbing, it was the killer's mind games. The BTK Killer wasn't just a murderer, he was a showman relishing in the terror he caused. As the years went by, the killer's reign of terror continued. But then, as suddenly as he had appeared, he vanished. No letters, no clues, just silence. The case went cold, and the people of Kansas moved on with their lives, never forgetting, but no longer living in constant fear. But the BTK Killer hadn't disappeared. He had simply gone underground, quietly observing, waiting for the right moment to strike again. And then, one day, he resurfaced. A new letter arrived, sending shockwaves through the city. It was dated years after his last crime, and it was filled with the same taunting messages. The police had let their guard down, and now, he was back to finish what he had started. The investigation reopened with renewed vigor, but the BTK Killer was always one step ahead. He knew how to cover his tracks, how to blend in with the ordinary people around him. He was someone they would never expect, a man who had been living among them for years, hiding in plain sight. Years passed, and the investigation stretched on. New detectives came and went, but the killer remained elusive. But then, as with all mysteries, the truth has a way of finding its way to the surface. The BTK Killer made a mistake, a small one, but it was enough for the authorities to finally track him down. It was a breakthrough that no one saw coming. The arrest of Dennis Rader, a man who had lived a double life for so long, sent shockwaves through the nation. Rader had been living among the people for years, a father, a church leader, an ordinary man, until it all came crashing down. The BTK Killer had finally been caught. The story didn't end there. In court, Rader's chilling confession sent shivers down the spine of everyone listening. He spoke of his crimes with a cold detachment, as though he were recounting a simple event, not the horrors he had inflicted upon so many. But the most unsettling part of this tale isn't the brutality of the murders, nor the years of fear and uncertainty. It's the realization that the BTK Killer was someone the community trusted. A man who could be anyone, even your neighbor, someone living right next door. So, what have we learned from this terrifying story? It's a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones we least suspect. The BTK Killer was a man who lived among us for years, hidden in plain sight, his dark secrets concealed beneath an ordinary exterior. As chilling as this story is, it also serves as a reminder of the importance of vigilance, of not letting fear blind us to the dangers that may be lurking around us. It's a story that will make you think twice about the people you trust and the secrets they may be hiding. And before I end this, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the channel so you never miss another story like this. There are countless tales out there, full of mystery, suspense, and danger. Stay tuned, and keep coming back for more spine-chilling stories. Thanks for listening, friends. Until next time.